Hey, call me Shape, and today we're reacting to a video titled Jack Doherty is in denial, his career is over. Let's get right into it.
Jack Doherty, one of the least likable streamers out there, gave the world another reason to dislike him this past weekend as he decided to live stream and interact with chat while driving with a friend in the car while it was raining, as he was speeding and looking right down on his phone. And he absolutely knew what he was doing because just a minute before he crashed, he said this.
Literally, guys, you can't see I'm most likely going to crash this car. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully not.
So yeah, naturally he spun out, then gave us the wildest show of how little he cares about the people surrounding him, because the only thing that was important for him was, we have to make sure we get all of this on film. And then obviously the McLaren, meanwhile, he gave his friend, who he seriously hurt, the camera to film everything while blood was gushing out of his face. Extremely normal influencer behavior. That was sarcasm, because for even some of the worst streamers, that's a massive stretch. I mean, this stream was just so much of a narcissistic disaster. One would think it would be like a phenomenal parody of how these recent IRL streamers act, except this is just reality, and this is exactly how they act. So now he's dropped a YouTube video in response to this crash, and we get to see the footage he was focused on filming, even though the first responders told him, hey, can you stop filming so we can actually check on your friend to make sure he's okay? Because here he gave this baffling response when they asked that.
Hey, listen, man, I just crashed my car. I lost 200 grand. I need to make my money back somehow. Sorry.
It's unbelievable how much this guy sucks. This is the most self-inflicted situation ever that everyone else around him now has to clean up. I mean, this dude was so useless, he couldn't even call himself a tow truck because he was more busy having himself filmed that he was in a car crash.
I'm gonna call the tow truck. You're gonna call your own. Can you help me?
So let's see the footage that was more important for him to get than for him to actually take proper care of his friend.
I don't know how to feel right now, guys. I'm sad, bro. I'm so sad right now. Sadness can't even express how sad I actually am. At least my Richard Mill is still okay. Just kidding.
He's not kidding. Meanwhile, his friend is standing there behind him with blood gushing out of his head. And he's like, at least my Richard Mill is okay. Yeah. This guy has the personality of soggy bread, so the only thing he can cling to is his material possessions.
Yeah, I don't know much about this guy, and it's kind of funny that YouTube is coming for this dude's head. I don't know if like YouTubers are doing this to hold him accountable or just to profit over the fact that this is like the most viral thing going on the internet right now. And I heard a little bit about the story. He crashed his car, and he didn't try to get his friend some help. He went straight back to streaming. Man, the things that people do for money these days is wild, you know? But hey, you know, we live in a degenerate world, and right now everything's about content. Everybody wants to be a content creator, and this is what we get. We are going to the opposite of heaven in a handbasket.
Sucks, bro. I did not think this was going to be happening today.
Me neither. God, so bad.
Alright guys, my McLaren is totaled. It was a couple days before my 21st birthday.
Oh no! My own stupidity just ruined the vibes. It seems like this is the first time he actually realizes actions have consequences. Because remember the time when he flipped the golf cart with his girlfriend in it and put her in the hospital? That was funny to him because it didn't really affect him, as he didn't own the golf cart and he wasn't the one who got hurt. But now it's finally clicking with him. Oh, stupid actions lead to stupid consequences. Wow. Also, shout out McLaren for saving their lives here, because I said this in my last video, but this crash could have been so much worse. If the front of the car didn't completely disintegrate and absorb the impact, their bodies would have had to take that impact. And if that happens, they likely wouldn't have been walking away from this.
You hit your head hard, bro. I just remember, like, after it just kind of came, both the windows breaking.
I know the smoke was...
Dude, that guy...
Did you see me kick out the window?
Who?
Did you see me kick out the
That
window?
was you?
Yeah.
Dude, and then someone, I think, ripped the other window out. I was, like, trying to figure out how to do it. You were, like, banging your elbow on it.
I know, I punched it.
Dude, you were going crazy.
Yeah, you know, McLaren is an absolutely magnificent car. It's completely tremendous. But, you know, it's people who don't know anything about sports cars, or they don't know how to drive rear-wheel drive cars, are buying it because it looks cool. That's the era that we're in right now. Buy this car because it looks cool, man. You got a fast car. That is a performance machine. That is a supercar. And You know, I like the way Europe does it with motorcycles where you need to get a certain license to drive a certain motorcycle. We need to do that with the car. Like, you need to pass a certain license test to drive these cars because they are very dangerous if you don't know what the hell you're doing. And apparently he hydroplaned, and the last thing you want to do is hydroplane is try to turn the wheel abruptly. You're just going to go into a skid, you know? But a rear-wheel drive car will hydroplane. It's probably not best to drive a McLaren in the rain, you know what I'm saying, for traction. They're not designed for that. They're designed, you know, for the track. Right? They're like track legal cars. Either way, I think what's interesting here is his friend is in the hospital now and he's still recording. He's still making content. This dude does not care about the livelihood of the people around him. And he kind of sold his soul. Let's just tell the truth. He sold his soul for Google AdSense. Unbelievable.
Michael David, but like that was so scary. It smoked up so fast. Like, how did that happen?
Dude, I don't know.
Bro, if you think I've had a full tank of gas, like we would have been exploded.
Dude, I don't even know.
Cause my tank was empty. Like it literally was at like 20 miles left. And then also on top of that, we crashed like 42 miles per hour.
I know, we weren't even going fast.
At all.
I mean, the last clip we saw, the speedometer was this. And also notice how he's looking at the chat on his phone and not the road.
No! No! No!
So I don't know why he's like trying to gaslight the story when he streamed the whole story himself. He is his own worst enemy here. He broadcasted everything. And then now he's trying to repaint the story. And as we know, he sped up after we last saw the speedometer. Obviously, hydroplaning and sliding sideways slows you down. But if he was driving 42, he wouldn't have spun out and crossed 4 lanes of traffic like that.
We hydroplaned. Dude, we could have went off that cliff down the whole thing. We would have been dead. Holy shit. There was a cliff right there. Oh my god. We're happy to be alive, you know? Mother.
She's turning away. She doesn't even want to look.
We left in 2 cars. We left here in 2 cars like 6 hours ago, and now we're back in 1 car.
It's your mom. Now your mom's crying.
Yo, he's so crazy for that. No way, dog. Reckless endangerment for content. Yo, that's wild. Yo, he's wild. He's crazy. This guy's cray-cray.
You are lucky you are alive, Jack. I don't want to go on your funeral, Jackie. Please, please, take this seriously. No marijuana when you're driving.
I didn't.
Phone. What happened? Tell me.
Mom, it was just wet. We hydroplaned, Mom. Like, I couldn't do anything about it.
At least admit that you were being an idiot on your phone to your own mother. She's going to find out either way because this guy documents everything. Again, his hunger for clout on the internet is his own worst nightmare because he streamed himself committing a crime. If his friend realizes that he isn't actually his friend, this is a grand slam lawsuit for him right here. And that's also the perfect stream for his insurance company because, you know, their goal is to not pay. Then on top of that, there could easily be criminal charges here as what he did was clearly reckless endangerment, which could be up to 1 year in jail in Florida. He's also a high profile, extremely disliked person doing this. So he also is, I guess, the perfect target for Florida to make an example out of. Because let's be real here, the state of Florida does not want people to be acting like this on their roads. But of course, he doesn't understand why people have a problem with his behavior.
So much going on, like no one understands. Everyone's so quick to put some on me on social media. No one's gone through what I gone through just now. Like I literally almost died in a car accident. I literally almost died of it.
I can't believe he wants sympathy for his own negligence, for almost dying because of his gross negligence. Like, he literally endangered his friend just to respond to the chat and to observe the chat. You know, like, I won't lie. Do I look at my phone when I drive sometimes? Yes. But do I just stare at the phone when it's raining and cruising? Like, head down doing 70 miles an hour in a rear-wheel drive car? Like, so many things about this is wrong. You better be a great driver to pull some shit like this, but I still don't recommend anyone to do this at all. They said that, like, if you look at your phone and you're texting and stuff like and driving, it's equivalent to being drunk because your eyes are off the road. So to do that at 70 miles an hour, it's dangerous, right? And listen, I'm going to take accountability when I do goofy shit like this. It's wrong, right? And I've had a close call before looking at my phone like a jackass. But most of the time it's because I'm looking for directions. I'm like, is that a straight or is that a left? You know, and so I need to get like one of those mounts for your windshield so I can just put the phone up there. But yo, in his scenario, he could have the cameraman just read the messages for him and just focus on the road. He said he only had like 20 miles left on the, you know what I'm saying, till he was empty. Yeah. The first thing he needs to do is accept responsibility. Honestly, he's so lucky that, like I said, McLarens are so well built, because he could have easily flipped the car could have caught on fire, car could have had an explosion. He's so lucky that the engine's in the back. This is the most important thing that happened. The engine's in the back of the car. So rare is well, they call it it's a mid-engine car, but you know, for the lame person, it's behind your seat. So for you, it's in the back of the car. But he's so lucky because of that. And also, like you said, like Atozi said, that there's crumble zones in the front of the car, so it allows the car to absorb so much impact. So many things could have went wrong. You know, car accidents are how a lot of people his age die. So maybe this is good that the world's trying to cancel him. Maybe he deserves to learn this lesson. I don't know anything about the kid. I do realize he has a face that looks very punchable. But you know what? It's not just his fault. It is his fault. He should take responsibility for it. But this is society's fault in a way. We make these people celebrities. We make degenerate kids celebrities, and we wonder why they behave so poorly. Jack would be a different person if he grew up in an environment where this wasn't not only condoned, but financed. We are financing his degeneracy, right? With likes, with views, with comments, even this, right? Even he's still getting notoriety from me making a reaction video to it. And I had no choice but to do it just because it's the most popular thing on YouTube right now, and I want to make sure I can deliver a video every single day, you know, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, around the clock, because that's kind of my new method right now. But you know, I kind of feel guilty that I'm diving into this. Like, this is not even the type of content I usually react to. I'm kind of taking a step out of my lane to do this. But yeah, you know, maybe this dude's gonna get criminal charges. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his insurance company won't cover the damage. I know he took a hit to his pockets regardless if they cover the damage or not, because, you know, there's no way the insurance company is gonna pay him back what the car is, what he spent on it, maybe what it's worth. And we know if you drive the minute you drive off the fucking lot, you know, a car is worth what, 30% less, you know, the minute you drive off. So I don't feel bad for this kid. You know, this kid might need a life-threatening injury to really wake up and smell the coffee. But for now, I guess we can enjoy his downfall.
Cars too. At least I still got 2 Lambos. No, I'm kidding.
Again, he's not kidding. No one's laughing. That's all he has. And no, plenty of people have gone through exactly what we've gone through here and caused accidents because they were morons. That's why reckless endangerment is a charge.
Don't hit this car on the rain.
Motion. I can do it again.
Everything in life is for the reason, Jack.
Where's
Take
Michael
some
David?
notes. Where's Michael? I'm gonna go the other Michael.
I'm ready to start going again. Give me my keys. I realized I still got my McLaren key, so I still have all my keys. Let me take a pic with all my keys real quick, so people still think I have a McLaren.
This guy might actually have the lowest EQ that I've ever seen out of any social media influencer, because he just somehow manages to say exactly the things that would make any person shed their skin with cringe. It's like he's deliberately trying to be unbearable.
Oh, I'm just happy to be alive, guys. I literally was crying on the way home. Like, if we didn't hit the guardrail head on, one of us would have been just crushed. Like, that would have been so bad. But I'm glad that me and Michael are both okay. That's a huge lesson. No more driving cars like this in the rain. No more, I don't even know, bro. Like, I wasn't even going fast. That's the crazy part. It's just like, just can't drive those cars in the rain.
No, you just can't floor a high-powered rear-wheel drive car in the rain while not looking at the road with one hand on the wheel. Then when you hydroplane, you jam the brakes. That is 100% a skill issue. And I don't even think he understands what he's even driving. He's just buying supercars because it's a flex and they go fast. And I also don't think he realizes it yet, but he just lived through the Dunning-Kruger effect. Because this dude literally said in his last video that he thought he was the best driver in the world.
I'm not driving in the rain anymore. I thought I was the best driver in the world. Clearly I'm not.
Well, that's your problem right there. Yeah, that's what happens when you drive supercars in good conditions. They are engineered to give you so much confidence while driving until the conditions aren't good and you total your car. Like, if his first car was an old school Shelby Cobra, he wouldn't be here today. Because, I mean, there's a reason Mustangs seem to be heat-seeking missiles for crowds, and they're a lot easier to drive than those Shelbys. Now, obviously, I might have set myself up for a cell phone if I crash a car now, but hey, if I'm being a dumbass and I end up doing so, that's on me for being a complete dumbass. But the goal here is to never act like that. But I digress. To end my rant, I'm just gonna say I think the prefrontal cortex patch for Jack at 25 is gonna do wonders for him. But next, he addresses his kick ban in complete denial.
Jack, I promise you have a mic.
Idiot.
And I promise I will be soon in your home. You have to take care of yourself. What happened with the live stream? You got kicked?
You got banned.
Why?
It's suspended. I'm fine. Fine.
So how are you gonna do your poverty?
I will. I'll get on banned. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so, bud. Kick in recent times have actually been following through with their permanent bans. Like Johnny Smalley. He's been begging for months to get his account back, but he's still permanently banned. Kick would look extremely weak and unserious if they unban him. So Jack is in complete denial, as again, he's never had real consequences before.
You okay? Are you sure? Where you got the stitches?
Like there. Yeah.
I don't want to see them.
It's a little wicked.
Oh,
We're live
how you
though.
feeling? You okay?
We are live. Michael, how's it feel? How you feel?
Kind of, but
Yeah.
no harm to play here.
That's fine. At least we're okay. Like, it really put into perspective, like, we could have both been dead right now. That's like the crazy, sad part.
Yeah, dude, it's so crazy. My reckless behavior could have ended your life. That's sad. It's so
He's like so non-remorseful about this. Like, this is literally a shitty human being. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if money can make you this terrible. You just have to be a shitty person in general to be this bad. That's why, but I do accept that when you become famous as a young person and successful and you got money, it literally stunts your growth. Like, you definitely miss so many important lessons and humbling moments that you'll never get to get ever again. Like, it will never happen because now you're in control of your life so much financially, you don't have to learn. And that's the problem. When there's no financial incentive to learn, nobody learns. When there's no life incentive to learn, no one learns, right? You just don't learn because you need to. That's why they say the father of innovation, like necessity is the father of innovation. People innovate because we had to, right? We had to make things that work better for some adaptive necessity, right? For a quality that if we didn't, there'd be a consequence towards. But what's the consequence for him? Even if he gets banned on Twitch, he still can make money. You can't become unfamous. And even if you're infamous now for being a prick, he's still a young kid. He could turn around and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to find Christ, I'll become a pastor. There's so many avenues for him to take this and remarket and rebrand himself. There's no doubt in my mind it would be nearly impossible for him to feel completely remorseful for this. And that's why I completely accept that YouTubers are banding together or coming together to take the stance on him. Shame on him, you know, and if I make such a foolish mistake and I don't take responsibility for it, I understand if everybody's going to come after me. But am I trying to be as big as Jack Doherty? No, right? I'll stay a Z-list celebrity. Doesn't really matter to me because I want freedom. I don't want to walk around with cameras all the time and film my everyday life. I still want to be a regular person. But when you're young and you're famous, you think that's the coolest thing in the world is to be talked about and be gossiped about, and everybody wants to be around you and shit. When really everyone's just using it. The kid that was in the passenger seat, damn near almost died, and he's like, oh, well, as long as we're alive. He's just happy to still get a job. Still have his job. So anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna put a link to the original video in the description and the channel in the description, and check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.